Okay, it's making that noise on my computer, so it might be me.
Nope, still crackling. Definitely not Annabelle. Wait. Oh, sounds good now.
Wait, Mom, I'm on a thing. I'm gonna shut up.
We could say hi to Mom too.
No, that's all right. Uh-huh.
Did the crackling stop at all when I left?
Yes.
Okay.
It might be like movement. Like every time you like move or moving around.
Yeah.
Moving around. That's probably what it's.
Could be. You can also mute yourself if you want to, like, not have everybody hear every movement. Just so you know.
Cool.
Okay. First of all, are you all doing okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
I think so. I mean,
Just bored.
coughing a lung up.
Are you super bored or are you keeping busy?
I'm really bored.
I'm keeping
really
busy.
bored.
I feel good.
Grace has been working at Viking.
You bet. They're not closed.
How's life in the grocery store, Grace?
It sucks. It's busy 24/7.
Busier than usual?
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. I think it was 2 days ago I worked like 10 to 4. And it was just nonstop.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
I thought
crazy.
people were gonna stock up and then stay away.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's how it is at
I
Hardin,
wish.
too, where I work. Everybody just keeps coming in and getting toilet paper and milk and stuff like that.
I got gas there one day.
What's up with the toilet paper, though?
So
I mean,
I've been wondering about the toilet paper too, Isaiah, and I had this epiphany yesterday when I used up the end of a roll, and I thought, holy cow, when we're all home, we use twice as much toilet paper as we would if we were not all home.
Oh.
That's very true.
I know. I felt really like I couldn't tell if I was smart or dumb for figuring it out or not realizing it sooner. But anyway, now you know.
Yeah.
Are you keeping caught up with your reading?
Yes, for once.
Yeah. I think this is the only time I've ever been caught up on reading.
Good job, Mary. Good job. I had questions that went along with this, and now I tucked them away, so I should find them again. Do you guys have any questions about the book while I'm looking for my questions?
First of all, why?
I think that's everybody's question.
I also don't understand the name. It's like all like of Fred. Is it named after their fathers or?
No, their commander. So like, Fred's commander's name is Fred.
Oh.
It's like
That
remember when
makes sense.
Glenn they changed like because at the end after. Oh wait, never mind.
Well, no, we don't.
Some of us don't work that fast.
That wasn't. I caught myself. That wasn't a spoiler.
And like probably like after Of Warren has her baby and like breastfeeds her and stuff, then she'll probably get a new commander and be a new of something.
Yep,
Okay.
true.
This book is icky.
Yep.
It's like weird because he handed it out and then everything started shutting down. So then I was like, uh-oh, is this the apocalypse coming?
Well, this is still baby apocalypse, so not sickness apocalypse.
What do you think about, here, I'll pose a question for you. What do you think about the way that we're supposed to view religion? Like, do you feel like the author's making a statement about religion in general, or is it just sort of like a coincidence that a lot of the government is tied to religion and that they're kind of using it as a crutch?
I like really thought religion was supposed to play a huge role. And then there was that scene where they're like walking by the wall and one of the priests is being hung.
Yeah.
I'm confused about why he was being hung and why he was still in the like cassock and like the outfit.
Yeah.
And they said that they was all outdated, that they don't wear those anymore.
Yeah, so why did they dress them up like this?
Yeah.
I feel like they're just trying to find a reason to do all the things that they're doing and to like impose some sort of like religious law.
Yeah.
I don't know. That I also don't get. So
Anybody else want to chime in on that? Like the idea behind so many religious references?
Well, I think it's common for people to use religion to form their own view because that's what religion is. It's forming your own opinion based on like a grand scale thing. And so I feel like they are trying to build this culture that they want based off of a Bible story. And if a priest were to possibly say, like, this is not what the Bible is actually saying, or this is not what the Bible wants us to do, then they're going to see that priest as a heretic because he's not going with their view of the Bible.
I mean, they mentioned fighting Southern Baptists as rebels, or Baptists, I guess, as rebels.
Did you take offense to that as a Southern Baptist, Isaiah?
Yeah, a little bit. It's like, come on, this is. I mean, I'm kind of happy that they're the rebels of all the people, but at the same time, it's like, come on, why is this happening? I guess.
I thought it was also maybe a warning or something about like if we don't have a freedom of religion and like people aren't allowed to worship, it's easier to fall into this sort of authoritarian dictatorship.
Yeah.
I mean, it's this book is a massive argument for all of your rights listed in the Constitution. I mean, there's no way around that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
well, it's not just Baptists. They said Quakers too, are like trying to like smuggle people into the Underground Railroad, right?
God, I love Quakers.
Dinah.
Love you, Miss Safford.
Haven't gotten there yet, so thanks for that. Spoiler.
Yeah.
Well, Isaiah, all you know is Quakers are great.
When you read about the Quakers, you'll think of Mrs. Safford.
Yeah.
That's
I thought
funny.
it was weird too, like when they're walking and the dialogue they use, how they say like nice weather and she goes praise be. So it's like they don't even have a normal way of communicating anymore.
Right. Well, and it's interesting because, you know, she has to determine whether she's willing to risk speaking her mind, because there's always a chance that whoever she's talking to might, you know, report back or secretly be spying on her.
Also, Nick is very sketchy.
What about Nick?
He's sketchy.
Oh, what are you pretty sketchy about him? He's an interesting character.
Yeah, like he goes to find her and like tell her that the commander wanted to meet with him, and then he kisses her. That makes no sense to me.
I also
Yeah.
hated the doctor.
Ooh, that doctor made me mad.
Oh, hi, Bailey.
Hi.
Mary, what did you say about the doctor?
I said I hated, and because at first when he offered to help, I thought he was gonna help her, like escape what she.
Oh,
And then when
and
he,
you were like, oh,
oh, I didn't like that.
right. What about the idea of words and language? Hi, Jordan.
Hi, sorry. I've been here for a while, but I turned my mic off and I was like, how do I work this? It's not turning on.
That's okay. I just your face suddenly popped up for me, so I could see you for the first
Oh,
time.
hello.
What do you guys think about the control of the words in a language?
Wait, what?
Like the words and the language and how they're so controlled, like restricted. And what do you think about that? Why did the author write it that way? Why is it that way in the book?
From like a power standpoint, I feel like it's smart because then they have limited knowledge. But it's not right.
Yeah.
But I
It
was
remind-
oh, sorry, go.
It reminded me a lot of 1984, where like they keep taking away words so people can express. Like if they can't think certain things, then they can't feel certain things, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that's read that book here. 'Cause I keep thinking of that. It's like Orwell hadn't even thought of this. Nuts.
Right. Has anybody else read 1984 that is making a connection?
I make more of a connection to the silence because I haven't read 1984, but it's a common theme in all dystopian.
Yeah. Yeah. Has anybody read Patient 11 by any chance?
What'd you say?
What?
Patient 11.
District 11. Sounding familiar, but I don't think I've read it.
Station 11 is like only a year or two old, but has some similar, I would say has some similar themes to like our current state of affairs right now, which is also weird.
I thought it was weird though that they were restricting the words so much. But when she's like talking about the time before, she had been writing papers. Like she obviously knew how to read and write. So
Yep.
I think it's just because it's like the first generation of them doing this thing.
Yeah. Well, and children born into this world wouldn't have that memory of like reading that the adults had.
Yeah, also I feel like definitely Serena is a big part in like the household. Like almost like suppressing, I don't want to say suppressing her husband, but like she definitely was a big part and now she's struggling to give up her like power in some way. I don't know if that made sense, but like maybe a little.
If you guys are through about chapter 24, then you'd be kind of caught up. Would you say that most of you are that far?
I finished it.
I read that far last night.
Yeah, I'm through that.
So you read about the Scrabble game? I think that was the first part,
Yeah.
right? So what do you think about that, and why does it matter in terms of everything you've read so far?
Because it's words. Like he's letting her use words.
Also, he invited her into like his office, which isn't even available to his wife.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not smart enough, but that whole situation just like confuses me. The way, like, what is he? You know, she mentions that she thinks she's being used for, like the void that Serena Joy cannot fill. But is there other ulterior motives? Because it's like I'm far enough where it's like they're kind of playing off each other, like the commander and Serena Joy each have something they want Offred to do for them.
Yeah.
So it's like I still don't understand what his purpose is to have her come play the Scrabble games.
I think he's a creep.
Yeah.
It does feel kind of creepy when she goes into his office, I think.
I thought it was kind of like an olive branch until he asked her to kiss him.
Yeah, me too. Like he feels bad for her in a way, so he wants to like reward her. But then the kissing, I think that's a good point, Olivia.
Yeah.
What else you got? Any questions?
I guess
I
more
hate-
of the clerical. Sorry,
Say
go
hi.
ahead.
They can't see you. You have to come on the screen. Hi, Annabelle.
I thought I saw her.
Oh, hi.
She's kind of making her way around.
Hi, Christopher.
Say hi. Shut the door.
Yeah, shut the door.
I have questions unrelated to the book.
Say hi. Well, we got another joiner. We're up here. You gotta come down a little bit. There you are. Mr. Williams.
Isaiah.
Man, good thing you're home. Yeah.
Isaiah's dying.
You just up, Ashley?
Yeah.
What?
I made it.
Oh man. Well, you got any more questions about the book?
I do,
No.
but just more of a clarifying question.
Yep.
So, Red obviously was in the relationship with Luke, but Luke was married before? Or she's like,
Yes.
She was a
That's
mistress.
what I got. That like he was cheating on his wife at first, but
with
then
her,
they got divorced and he went with her.
and then she had a baby with Luke.
Yeah.
You can't
And
see.
the died when I was 5.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That was just my clarifying question, that she was like in her other life also
Right.
kind of like a mistress in a way.
That's an interesting connection. I did not make that before, Jordan. I like that idea. Are you guys confused at all the way that he hops back and forth between present tense and past tense?
Yes, it was hard at first to kind of like decipher, but it's gotten easier.
Okay. Has it gotten easier for others?
I didn't think
It's
it was
kind of weird how
Yes, Anna, go.
it's
Please.
kind of weird how there aren't like quotation marks in a lot of it, like in the past tense, I think.
Yep.
Well, I've noticed that like in the whole book, whenever someone's talking, it just there's no quotes around it.
Well, sometimes there are like
If it's a present tense conversation, then there is, but it's confusing how it goes back and forth.
And
guys
also,
have-
it's, oops, sorry.
Oh, you go. You go.
Especially with, I'm gonna mispronounce her name, but Moira.
Mhm. Moira.
Her, when Off Red is talking about her, it's kind of weird because it's like she goes back to her other life in college, but also when she was in like the center, and then she was gone, and now she's back, and it's like kind of confusing. So I guess it's hard to tell if is Moira still there or not.
We're
Still
gonna,
where?
we're gonna see Moira again.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
We're gonna see Moira again.
Okay.
So she's if you're through 24 or so, she's not dead.
Okay.
No, well, if you're 24, you find out that she disguised herself as an aunt, and then
Yeah, stab someone. Stab Aunt Elizabeth.
Go Moira.
You're right.
She's gutsy.
I like her.
Yeah, I do too.
I think she's my favorite character.
I'm curious. You're not done yet, are you?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm already 6.
I'm curious to see what you think of her after the whole story is finished.
Ooh, interesting.
What do you guys think about the lack of quotation marks? We were talking about how they don't always have quotes on the dialogue from the past. Do you know why that is that way, or does it affect like our perception of Offred and her reminiscing? Like, what does it do besides?
I feel like it's kind of because it's her memories, so it's not exact quotes. It's just what she kind of remembers them saying.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good point. So it's not like she's quoting them. Oh, it kind of back
She's
to
like-
like that story of an hour or whatever it was, where you have that unreliable narrator.
Yeah. Well, that's a good question too about how reliable is our narrator.
She's like paraphrasing her past, basically.
Right. So it's like, is her past really true, or is it? Ooh,
Just what she remembers, yeah.
this has given a whole new meaning to her past to me.
Well, and it's true too, because sometimes when we remember the past, like we don't always remember it exactly as it happened. You know, sometimes my husband will tell a story and I'll be like, no, that's not what he said, or that's, you know, because like we just like hone in on certain things, and other things I think our brains just kind of like autofill.
So, Mrs. Williams, did you like this book?
Yes.
I don't know how I feel, and I'm pretty close to being done.
You know what, Jordan, you never need to feel bad for not liking a book.
I think it's gotten better as it's got like along. I think when I hit past chapter 20 and stuff, it got better. But the beginning, I was not into it.
Which is totally fine. Anybody else have anything they want to throw in? Go ahead, Mary. Sorry.
No, I was telling Olivia the blanket looked good.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Oh, you guys are funny.
I have like a comment / question that's about the book but unrelated to the actual story.
Okay.
Because I've noticed that sometimes, like, I don't know if it's like a printing error or whatever, but like the font is a lot thinner in like a paragraph and then it goes back to being normal.
Yeah, I see that. I don't have an answer to that, but it comes up every year, and I think it's a printing error because I've never heard anybody address it like in a formal way among educators or academics. So I think the answer is that it's a printing error.
Well, I was kind of wondering if maybe it was like edited sections or something that were like a little bit changed later after a first print or anything.
That's a good question. I should do some digging and see if I can actually come to a conclusion on that.
So one thing, I was just looking in the introduction, like language and stuff.
Yeah.
You know how we noticed the weird names like Offred and Offglen?
Yep.
It's like the author's idea was the OF is like of Fred or of Glenn. So it's like their name is the man they're attached to. I didn't realize that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which implies definitely some ownership, right?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
But does that mean their names are just always going to change too? Because they're getting transferred to different houses?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sums it up.
Yeah.
Which is that's just disgusting to me.
So that's why they always have to ask for their like before names and not their current name and stuff.
Right. Because they remember each other from when they were back in the gymnasium and the training, you know, like in Chap 1, when they had real names, and now they don't.
So now, is Janine off Warren the one who had the baby?
Yeah.
It is. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's about where we stopped with chapter 24, correct? I think that birth just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty messed up as well, right? Like, isn't the birth situation weird?
It's so different from what we are today because, like, common day, it's like, oh, you cannot have more than 2 people in the labor room or something like that. Now it's like, gather around this woman who is in severe distress and
sounds awful.
Get drunk.
Get drunk.
Well, they weren't supposed to do that one.
No.
So the wives were supposed to get drunk.
Those wives were living it up for sure.
Yeah. But the handmaids are never supposed to get alcohol or coffee or anything that could be bad for the babies.
Right, right.
Going back to like when I talked about greetings and stuff, when you gave us the worksheet yesterday and we were supposed to write down like Bible references, one of the ones I wrote was with their greeting, like blessed be the fruit or something. Does that have to do with the Garden of Eden and like the forbidden fruit, or?
I was thinking more like the fruit of the womb.
Okay.
Like to bear fruit, the way that we would like bear children.
Right. Okay.
That was how I was taking it.
Awesome.
What else you got? Other questions? I know I mentioned this. Go ahead.
Do we ever find out like how they get picked, like for their jobs, like as a handmaiden or?
I thought it was just whoever was first.
But like they say, like they had a choice, and like this is the better choice or whatever.
Right, like the one.
Choice in air quotes.
Right. Yes, because what was the option? To go to the colonies?
And we find out what the colonies are.
Yeah, it's like chemical cleanup. Toxic. It's toxic.
Oh, so with a Japanese tourist,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
apparent that not everyone is with this society. Is it just the United States?
Yeah, and I noticed that like when she was going through the channels while they were waiting for like her husband or whatever before the ceremony, she was going through the channels and there was a blacked one from Montreal, so that made me think Canada was fine too.
The
Yeah.
United States has fallen.
Right. But not all of it.
Right.
Because there's the resistance.
Do
Right.
you know if there's like a specific spot it's like taking place? Like where exactly at is this
I
supposed
think
to
we're
be?
centered in Massachusetts.
Because you talked about Boston.
Yep. Yes. Cambridge, possibly.
Ooh, Harvard.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go, Bailey.
I got accepted into a college last night.
Tell me.
It was Kenyon College in Ohio, and I got like a bunch of scholarships for that too. So it
That's
was cool.
exciting.
But I'm still waiting for my other ones because I want Harvard.
I know you do. Do you have any idea when you're going to find out?
Harvard is on the 26th.
Sorry.
So one more week to wait, Bailey.
Yeah.
Well,
Fingers
that's-
crossed.
We'll cross our fingers for you too.
Thanks.
You guys are scheduled to finish this book around next Thursday. You want to do another chat like this on Thursday?
Sure.
Yes.
Why not?
Sure.
Okay. Do you think once a week is good? I mean, I don't think we need to do this every day, but it's sure fun to like actually get a chance to talk to you guys.
Yeah.
Do you really think we're not gonna have like a graduation ceremony, or what's your opinion on that?
Oh,
Everybody's starting to talk about that, and it's getting me worried.
I wish I had some answers for you, Ashley.
Do you
Ron,
think spring break is still gonna happen?
Oh, somebody just asked a question and I didn't hear it.
Are sports still gonna happen? Like, what are they deciding for that? Does
So
anyone know yet?
there's no answer to that yet.
Also, aren't we not even sure if we're coming back after spring break now?
Yes, that is true. The official word is we aren't even sure.
Okay.
But we still are having spring break. So with this virtual learning, we won't have anything during spring break.
That is
true?
correct. That is
Okay.
correct. I can't tell you very many things with certainty, but we are not teaching. We are not working over spring break. We are taking a break. But what are we taking a break from? We're like taking a break.
We're taking a break from the break.
I know. So yeah,
I thought they were going to pile on right through it.
Yeah, me
That was
too.
terrible.
I wondered if they were going to take it away and then let us go back early, but it doesn't look like anybody's going to be returning at that point anyway. And so the earliest we could go back would be the 13th of April. However, the governor did change his mandate from April 6th to indefinitely, which means we're waiting. So I don't have any answers about sports. I don't have any answers about prom. I don't have any answers about graduation. I might have some answers tomorrow regarding AP testing. The College Board is supposed to have at least some information on the 20th. So I might know things that I can share tomorrow.
Yeah, because they want to maybe move it to like you can take it not at school or something like that.
So there's always been a late testing window, and you could apply for like a waiver so that you could test late for some reason. And that testing window is, I think, the 20th to the 22nd of May. So if school does resume, my guess is that most schools will try to push their testing dates back a little bit. But the College Board did say they were considering an at-home testing option. So I don't know what that would look like because it's never been done before.
My dad took my brother to clean out his gym locker at school yesterday, and they made him clean out his regular locker too, which kind of gives me the feeling that we're just not coming back to school at all.
I mean, you guys, it is a possibility that we might not go back at all. Kansas already canceled all schools for the whole end of the school year.
California did the same.
Yeah. So, and
That's California.
a lot of governors have been saying we might not go back, but I don't think they're ready to pull the plug quite yet. I think they're still waiting to see what happens.
Especially like, I wonder, how are your kids doing, Mrs. Williams? Because some other family friends I've talked to, like their kids aren't doing anything like at the middle school.
Yeah.
Or it's like, how's that going to affect them when they go on to like 7th grade or 8th grade or 5th grade?
Well, it's a good question. There are like opportunities that are being provided. So because my husband and I are home and we're kind of working like in shifts or in chunks of time, we have time where we can help the kids work. So our kids are doing work, you know, they're practicing math online and they're like watching educational videos. But it's technically considered enrichment, which means they don't have to do it. And so there's a chance that if we don't go back to school this year, that kids are going to probably start next year a little bit farther behind than usual.
My brother has like a list of things from each of his classes that he can do. Like for Spanish, he had a pack he had to do, but like for social studies, he just had to watch like a historical movie, like Remember the Titans or something. But he's like, yeah, my teacher's just not going to know if I do any of this stuff or not, so I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And I think, you know, for parents who aren't home to like keep their kids working, they're probably not working. But I mean, since this is my field, it's easy for me. And I, you know, my kids have been doing school for like 2 hours already this morning. So, you know,
my parents made him sit down and do some of his work the other day, but that just turned into a whole big blowout because he said,
I've heard that from
was arguing. And
I've heard a lot of parents saying that they're like having fights about doing schoolwork. But, you know, we're okay here. Our kids are used to us making them do things that they hate to do.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of kids just need to understand that this is not a vacation. It's also like school.
Right. Right.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Especially for us.
Yeah, there's nothing ideal about it. Nothing.
Isn't this the part where we're supposed to get senioritis? Am I the only one that wants to go back to school?
No, I want to go back so bad.
I
just want to be normal again.
Yeah.
No kidding.
I mean, I don't mind
that.
not having to wake up so early in the morning, but
Okay, that's fair.
It's nice not having to set the alarm, but I will say that I've been not sleeping the greatest yet. Maybe I just need to get into a routine, but I definitely wake up and start thinking about things that are out of my control, and then I can't get back to sleep. So. All right, you guys. We can go ahead and sign off. I will post this for whoever wants to see it. I know we didn't get everybody in today, but if anybody wants to know what we talked about, I'll try and get this up when it's ready. But feel free always to email me because I'm easy to get a hold of. So You guys take care of yourself.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Wait, how do we leave?